any treasure. Verse 16, take the garment of one who is surety for a stranger and hold it as a pledge when it is for a seductress. Now, I don't know about you, but I had to read this about 15 times to try to figure out what in the world is this talking about. And I think this is probably the most difficult proverb, at least in this chapter. And so let's see if we can figure this out. Let's just look at some of the details. Taking a garment of one who is surety for a stranger. Well, what is surety? Surety is where you kind of put up a collateral or you maybe vouch for somebody. You're putting something on the line regarding either a loan or some other risky thing. And when it says taking a garment, that is an indication of some kind of surety, some kind of collateral. In fact, in the law of Moses, there's a law about taking someone's garment. Now, today, taking someone's garment, it's probably not worth more than $20 at Walmart, maybe, if you take somebody's coat. But back then, your coat was something that was of great value, especially if you were a poor person. This might be one of your most important possessions. And in the law, it said if you take somebody's coat as collateral or as surety, give it to them, give it back to them each night. Don't let them sleep in the cold if they need their coat for warmth. And so anyway, that's I think why garment is used here. That's part of the law when it came to surety or collateral. And so surety for a stranger is somebody that you don't know. And then it talks about holding it as a pledge, and that's the same thing as surety. I need something from you to guarantee that I'm going to get back something if this risk kind of goes south, if it goes sideways. Now, the whole seductress thing adds a whole nother complexity and confusion. And looking into this, there are some translations that don't use seductress. In fact, I think it might just be the King James and the New King James that use the word seductress. But it's actually the word for stranger, which typically means a foreigner. But there is a masculine version of stranger, which just means foreigner, typically. And then the feminine of stranger tends to mean a harlot, a strange woman, sometimes we read, is a harlot or a seductress. And so even though in the Hebrew here, the word is masculine, so most translations actually translate this as stranger instead of seductress. There's one primary reason why I think the King James translators use seductress, and that's because there's another proverb several chapters away that's almost exactly like this, and it uses the feminine of stranger. And so what do you do? But I think regardless, the big idea here is that there is somebody who is vouching for a stranger. Let's give an example. Let's say there is somebody who needs a job, but they're a stranger, and you know a business owner who's hiring, and you know the stranger to some degree. And so you ask your business owner friend, would you give this person a job based on my recommendation? And the business owner says, well, I don't know this guy, and the only thing I have is your word. And so maybe there's some kind of risk involved with this proposition. And so as the business owner, there's this middle person that he's got some means, right? But this stranger doesn't have any means. And so you're going to ask your friend, as the business owner, you're going to ask the one who's vouching for the stranger, I want you to put up something. I want you to give me your garment as some kind of assurance, or a collateral in case this guy ends up stealing my stuff and running off, or whatever the case might be. And so basically the big idea is, hey, if there's somebody who there's a risk when it comes to a loan or some other kind of financial transaction, then having some kind of assurance to protect yourself is a good idea.